And welcome to Life After Cover Save, episode 366. I am RoboEd, and with me as always,
Hey guys. Hey guys. Big Nasty B here. I don't have a visual bit to do, so I did an audio bit instead.
And I'm Travis.
wow, dude.
Go do that bit. Do that bit, Travis.
Big got killed.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Big killer Blake.
Because you know
here.
what? It was already stinking. It was so bad that within a half a second, I'm like, we're moving on. We're moving on.
Shut it down.
All right, thanks for joining us. This has been
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back on schedule.
We're back on a schedule.
Not the schedule.
Not the schedule. But I know that Travis said that he was going to do a rebuttal, and I made sure I listened to Carl's show. Blake said he was.
I did.
I don't think he did.
I didn't.
But he made sure to ask Travis to let him know when it posted so he could listen to it.
And he did.
And he did. Travis held up his end. I held up my end. But somebody else in this podcast didn't hold up their end.
You know what?
But we'll find out when we get to that segment.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I did everything right.
Yeah, I did everything right.
It's almost as if I didn't care about that giant game.
Well, it's not about the game. It's about the fans of this show. It's about the fans of Carl's show.
Yeah.
It's about trying to do something to help me and Travis out in this endeavor that we're all doing together. And all you have to do is listen.
The endeavor is leash off of a larger podcast?
The endeavor is to criticize the other podcasts.
Oh, I can do that.
Well,
I don't need to listen to the show to criticize it.
It would have been helpful. Trust me.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'll get on it right now. I'm going to put it up.
Yeah, listen while we talk.
Yeah.
Go to minute 37 and 25 seconds. That's when they really get into the juicy parts. So, Travis is going to talk about the game, and we'll compare it after hearing Travis's side, because we've heard Carl's side. Me and Travis have heard Carl's side.
Yeah.
And it sounded like the greatest game ever played. But we're going to hear Travis' side. And then me and Travis played in a very large game. Would you say it was similar in some ways, Travis?
Yeah, actually, a lot of my comments on large games of 40K in 10th edition are pretty equal across the board. Like the things I liked and the things I disliked were almost exactly the same in the two games.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. I can't wait to hear the description of Carl's bathroom. But when we get to that, I'll have some input on a large scale game too, because I was in the game with Travis on the second half. And then as promised, Travis bought some new terrain. He showed us the box, and he's going to get down in Life After Cover Save of what he thinks of it. So
it is Snot Goblin's future proof terrain.
That's right.
Snot Goblin.
Okay, we'll see. We'll be the judge of that. But before we get into the games that Travis and I played, we have some hobby commitments.
Ooh.
Ole.
And these are old hobby commitments because we didn't really get into them. We were talking about 2026 and our goals.
Yeah.
Right. So these should be done because we even went into them too. So Blake, you were going to do 3 sidekicks and 3 bad guys, and you rolled this over 3 times.
Oh, yeah, no, that's all. Yeah, no, that's all done. In fact, every model in that box has been
What box is
signed, sealed, and delivered. In fact, I actually did three more models from a different set as well. Yeah, all done, baby.
So this is
I'm brimstoned up. Shadows of Brimstone.
The Viking Quest, what's it called?
Gates of Valhalla.
So that's completely painted.
That core box, yes.
That's awesome.
And then that core box is done.
I will say, Blake's kind of running this campaign. Not that he's actually running the campaign, because the game runs itself.
Well, it helps that other people know the rules too.
Yeah. He's been hosting this game and having the models painted. Pretty good. It's been fun.
I went real heavy on the glaze, on the gloss coat on this this next set.
Oh,
I love it.
Maybe it'll lose something in the next time we play. But I made some 3D printed trackers that I used last session. They weren't completely done, but I made Blake a set. So it seems to come in handy, because there's a lot of bookkeeping while you're playing.
Yeah.
And having the tracker seems like it's going to be good.
It looks really fun. I'm sad that I'm not participating in this spectacular gaming experience, but I'm happy for you and for the other people of the desert who get to join.
Well, luckily,
we're kicking one out. We're kicking one of them out.
Yeah.
When they come back from Adepticon, we're going to draw lots.
And shortest draw.
Yeah, but me and Blake don't have to draw. It's just one of them.
So it's more of a coin flip?
Yeah, well, it's still going to be lots, because we said lots. Yeah. We got to keep the lots.
We got an Easter theme going. We're drawing lots.
How about we all get together, and then I go and I will kiss the cheek of the one who is going to be eliminated.
Oh, wow.
And then a bunch of guys in full Roman bath attire, so fully naked, will come in and take them away.
Well, I was just going to make them I'm going to have a bunch of sticks. Gotcha. And I'm just going to keep the tension going, because they're going to take turns drawing until they get that small one.
Yeah.
So,
well, Travis, the thing is, this box set is done. You can play it in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, we could play it.
That's true, but it won't be the same.
No,
but maybe we could do one with you and Josh.
Won't be experiencing it for the first time. You guys
will change up characters, change up characters.
But we can always change characters to make it fresh for us, and then the whole thing's fresh for you and Josh.
Yeah. I look forward to playing the game at some point.
Okay, cool.
Good.
So Blake's done with that. Do you have anything in mind that you want to do for the next?
Man, I don't know.
Which is tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
The next recording.
Oh,
you know what? Between now and tomorrow.
By tomorrow,
we won't even get into this. So
by tomorrow, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. By tomorrow,
you'll make a decision.
I am going to make a decision.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I think that's a good idea. Travis was going to build a Land Raider, and the last time we talked, he hadn't built it, but
was this like in 2025 when I made that goal? Oh, okay.
It was like around Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah. So that Land Raider is built. It is fully painted. It has been decaled and oil washed, and it is sealed. And I've actually played with it on the table, and it got killed right away.
It only took 2 months.
Yeah,
it only took 2 months, but he did complete his goal.
Yeah, I complete that one. That's good.
So
you're a completionist.
We could just go into what we're going to do next week.
What did you do?
Yeah.
What did you
next
do?
Next episode, you're going to hear our next hobby goals, because a little peek behind the curtain, we're doing a back-to-back recording.
Yeah, there's just so much to talk about.
Yeah.
What was your goal, Ed?
I was going to do some terrain for Cheyenne. He had given me a bunch of terrain to paint, and I am happy to say that he gave me the Shatterpoint starter set.
Awesome terrain.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I painted all the buildings. The only thing I have left for the set to be completely painted are like 4 or 5 ladders that I had put aside, and I kind of forgot about them. But all the other terrain's done. The catwalks, and all the buildings. Then I 3D printed. I feel like you guys already know this. 3D printed the light thing because he had given me a void shield generator.
That's true. I think we talked about this last episode. Actually, yeah.
So I had done that. The only thing left is a sky shield landing pad, which I'll get to eventually. But
I love that. I love that. I wish I had that one.
Yeah.
By the way, Shatterpoint, dead game. Dead game. It's over.
Why do you say that? Did somebody say that, or are you just saying that?
No, well, okay, I'll get into it real quick. So the company that runs Shatterpoint, Atomic Mass Games, is slowing down. They have a lot less people working on Shatterpoint. Good. They are focusing on Star Wars Legion and Marvel Crisis Protocol. Yes. They are not canceling the game, but there will be very few releases per year for the game.
So it could be a dead game in the future, but right now they're slowing it down. My question is, go ahead, Blake.
It doesn't. You know what the thing is? I'm being mostly sarcastic and internet trolly when it says dead games are fine. That means that it's done. That means you're not going to get more updates. It means you don't have to buy a new book. It means
more models.
Yeah, it means like we can play this thing in its entirety. The reason I have all this Warcry stuff up here, it's basically a dead game, and I'll be able to play it one day, and I won't have to worry about being behind the ball or whatever. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, in many ways, it's a beautiful thing.
So, Shatterpoint was a completely different game than Legion. It wasn't just like a Kill Team's version of.
So Shatterpoint is actually a Star Wars version of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Got it.
It shares a lot of same design, but it is different enough that you can't simply just pick up the other game. Yeah. Like they added, in my opinion, way too many new mechanics. I was like, if it was just a lot closer, I would be more, I'll do like both of them. But I actually think Marvel Crisis Protocol is a much better designed game, mainly because a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol is 45 minutes and a game of Shatterpoint is 2 hours.
No matter what points you play, it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 5 miles on the table each side.
About, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because they have this point mechanic where you're constantly pushing things back and forth, so it just drags out forever. And I don't like their dice mechanics.
Did you play it? Have you tried it out?
Nope, I've only read the book.
Oh, watch some videos.
Yeah. Okay. This is my opinion, having never played the game. But yeah.
Hey, you're entitled to that.
That's what we pay you for.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I don't pay him. Stop.
Oh,
don't remind him.
That's the thing is like Joseph McCullough has made so many games on that D20 system he uses.
Yeah.
And any changes he makes, very minor. I think, there's no need to take the existing system and then add a bunch of stuff to it if the system's solid. Rangers of Shadow Deep, Stargrave, Frostgrave, the Silver Bayonet, Warriors of Athena, all of these things, it's all basically the same system.
Yeah.
And it even allows you to take a monster from Silver Bayonet and throw him into Stargrave.
It works.
You know what I'm saying? It all mostly works. So
that's cool.
And yet there's a guy in the local Discord, after playing one game of Stargrave, he wants to make a vote to half the armor stat of all creatures. Because things
wow.
Bold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Blake. If you let him do this,
it'll ruin the game.
Your group's dead.
Yeah, it'll ruin the game. I'm not.
I'd rather kick him out than have him.
Yeah, it's like, and then somebody else, our mutual friend in there, was like, he actually messaged me, like he called me from Adepticon and say, I saw that comment in that Discord, and he's like, that's exactly who the guy is. And it's just like, he's just like, he just made these decisions. Like, I played one game, and I know more than the guy who's created 5 rule sets revolving around the system. Yeah, but they're like, oh, things aren't dying fast enough, and I'm like, well, sometimes in Frostgrave things don't die. It's a swingy game.
But also, your guys the beginning level, so those things will die quicker as you progress.
Yeah, and like your troops are like, it's like, I couldn't even kill a dog. I'm like, well, like your minions are just like fodder. It's your captain and your wizard who are going to just be destroying things.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. It made me laugh. I don't know why I got onto that topic. Something you said about changing rules. I don't know. Either way, I can't wait to play tomorrow.
That's wild. That's a wild story.
Yeah.
But there are people that are like that. So
yeah, they're just always wanting to like make house rules and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a house rule guy.
Immediately. I'm sure like if you did it for a long period of time and then decided like, okay, this is broken, let's fix it. That's different.
Yeah.
Speaking of house rules, let's talk about Warhammer 40K Apocalypse and how you have to use your own rules to make the game work now.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead, Travis. Yes. If you listen to the independent characters, you'd understand this, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I participated in a massive Apocalypse game up north at the Independent Characters headquarters, and in the Astronomicon. It was 30,000 points per side.
They couldn't get the extra 10K, huh?
No, we absolutely could not, because we couldn't even fit the 30,000 points on the table. Overall, there was a lot of good that I experienced playing that game. And interesting enough, Carl in the Independent Characters did talk like about some of the things that some of the issues I had with the game, but it felt like they're just like, oh yeah, so this happened, it didn't really work. But I'm like, well, it was kind of a big deal for me, because here's the problem. Here's the problem I have with big old games of 40K like that.
Big O games.
I spent most of the game doing nothing. Just doing absolutely nothing. And that part wasn't fun. But did the table look amazing? Yes. Did I get some of the coolest pictures of 40K I've ever taken myself? Absolutely. Did I even make a really cool video after everything was deployed? Yes, like all that, like there's so much stuff. And they didn't really get into it, but like Tom and Carl made like these taskmasters. Every time you killed a unit, you picked this envelope and you had to do this or you lost or gained points. And the one that I got, like I had to salute every model that died for one full turn.
Wow.
Now, granted, that full turn was 2 hours. So for 2 hours,
tennis elbow.
I was saluting. And what happened
everywhere throughout the whole entire tables? Or
yeah,
just
yeah.
in your
Every
area?
Individual model. I did it over 200 times. And my elbow has been messed up for a while, and it was like feeling better. And like halfway through, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't move my arm anymore.
Switch arms.
So I had to switch arms. When I switched arms, it was
Improper
a lot
salute.
better. So yeah, but you know what? In the 41st millennium, arms are interchangeable. We all know this.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of really wacky, fun stuff that added a lot of fun to the game. They tried this rule that like, all right, nothing dies in the first turn. And for me, that completely broke the game. Like, so I shot and like killed like 3 things on my little corner of the table. And then I was all like, I guess I'll charge them, because if I don't charge them, they're just going to charge me. But then I charged them, and then I went to roll dice. I'm like, I'm not going to roll dice because they're already dead. It doesn't make any sense. And so I don't know. That
maybe you misunderstood, or maybe there wasn't enough clarification in that rule. Because from what I heard was that, and maybe they were saying this is how they envisioned it, and maybe that's not how it went, was that if they got killed, they still got to shoot back, and then they were removed.
No,
Or
they
just
got to
stayed on the
take their
table?
full. They stayed on the table until the end. Well, I like, if they like that rule, which a lot of them seem to, I think it should have only applied to super heavies.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got to absorb the hits. They die.
Yeah, they
and
die.
then at the end of their phase, they remove them from the board.
At the end of their entire turn.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they got to move, shoot,
and charge.
Yeah, and charge too.
And then after they fought, they removed the piece.
Yeah.
That's
wild. And then I had a whole bunch of things that were just like out in the open. But so what I did is I was actually like blocked off in just one corner of the table, just completely blocked off. And I ended up killing almost everything in my little corner, except for a whole bunch of pink horrors. And then I spent the rest of the game in combat with pink horrors. Because when you multiply, they keep multiplying, and so it's just like, and that was it. Then, like, finally, turn 3, my Necron flyers came in, and I got to shoot a bunch of stuff on the other side of the table. But I even tried to deep strike over on the other side of the table, and there was no place to deep strike. I think our table space was not sufficient for 30,000 points, because like there was just literally nowhere to move. And personally, I think if you don't have super heavies, I didn't have any super heavies.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to play that big of a game, because I saw everyone with the super heavies all laughing and rolling dice and having fun, and I was just like, just saluting everyone that died.
So 2 things. I think I like your idea that the super heavy would still be able to shoot, because more than likely, like, you're talking about the house rule. On the house rule would be let the super heavies do that, because you don't always get to use them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it would kind of feel bad to put them out and they die. And okay, so there's that. Second thing, I've been looking at the rules for BattleTech Alpha Strike. They have an interesting mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
It's alternate moving.
We're listening.
Okay.
We're doing visual gags for the patrons. Okay.
It's alternate movement. This movement is alternating movement.
Yeah.
But when you shoot,
Alpha Strike? Did you say Alpha Strike?
Alpha Strike.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Campos just started listening to the podcast again.
Yeah. So
sorry, Blake.
So everybody moves, alternate activation for movement. But when it comes to firing, one side fires everything and the other side fires everything. And you remove everything that's destroyed at the end.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a smart solution. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, because you'll know, like, oh, this blackjack or whatever is dead already. Yeah. But I'm still going to fire it. I'm still going to use it to make my plan work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought that was it's just when you talked about the taking things, like when things don't die, it reminded me of that rule set. And I think maybe we're peeling a little bit too much behind the curtain with the new 11th edition. There's talks of that they're trying to mitigate the whole thing where first turn things are just gone.
Yeah. Yep, I love that, and we're not going to talk about that now, Blake. That's for.
But I'm just saying, there is a trend that's building in this, and it's happening all across the board.
So,
but what's gotten us there?
Yeah.
That's what I think about.
House rules. So the first thing is, I think them being able to do their full action might have been too much.
Yeah.
Might have been too much, because I think even in 40K now, you can spend a command point and they can fight back in close combat before they're removed. Mm-hmm. So then maybe being able to shoot, but the fact that you go in and charge seems odd. That after you charge, you're gonna take off your model like a dead guy swinging on you. But it's a house rule. People liked it and they had fun, so it's fine. But I wanted to start at the beginning because we kind of just shot right in the middle.
Okay,
Travis.
Gotcha.
Who were the two sides? There was 30,000 points of Necrons.
Yeah, there was 30,000 points of Necrons and then 30,000 points of Chaos. It was a very thematic table. Now we had lots of different collections of Necrons and different collections of Chaos, but let me tell you, like Josh from up north, SC Josh, his Necrons are really cool. He has this really interesting silver and orange Necrons. They looked fantastic. Cheyenne's Necrons look spectacular on the table, and all of his like super heavies were I think painted by Israel back in the day, but they have really distinct, nice like green edge highlighting all over them.
I did a super heavy, by the way.
Oh, nice. You did one of his super
the giant walker. I did. I think I could do better. I kind of want to ask him if I can paint it back, because when I was using it, I think I could get better transitions. But
gotcha.
Keep going.
Well, I want to pause because before you get too further, and it goes back to your experience. You were in the cut corner. Yeah. You were in the cut corner. Was anybody else in the cut corner? And did they feel the same thing?
So not on the Necron side. I was the only Necrons in that corner, but then on the other side, I had Steve and Lars, who had never played a Chaos Armory before.
So let me ask you.
So did they also experience that? There's nothing to do.
We're gonna get there. Blake.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
You said how many tables were there?
So there was 2 6x4 tables with a big bridge, like a playable 1 foot by 3 foot bridge connecting those 2 tables. Then there was a separate 6x4 table that was set up as Zone Mortalis. That was the underground area. And unfortunately, I love that idea, but it got implemented not great, because there was one guy who was playing who his whole force was in the underground area, and he didn't roll dice until 6 hours after we started playing.
Wow.
Because we were so far apart, we couldn't, the 2 infantry forces never got close enough to each other until round 3 to actually engage.
Was it the Necrons that were down there?
It was the Necrons and Chaos that was down there.
Oh, that were down there.
There were points that you could hold underground and points above ground.
So they just those 2 factions just never met each other down in the Zone Mortalis board?
They did by turn 3, which was at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Right. So it was just movement. And just then the turn,
because I actually had a bunch of infantry down there too, and I didn't. All I did was move them up. Never had a line of sight. Never got into combat.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like you should probably play Zone. You should probably play Zone Mortalis on a Zone Mortalis board.
We were just deployed too far away from each other.
Yeah, it was a bigger table than Zone Mortalis usually.
It's a 6x4,
and Zone Mortalises aren't that big. But because of the amount of people playing, they wanted to have the space for the models.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's just Carl. It sounds like this just a rationale to use your Zone Mortalis stuff. That's all I'm hearing, Carl. Exactly.
No, listen,
and Carl, you're punishing your friends with that.
It was an excellent idea. It looked
it's amazing. A fantastic idea.
The one mistake was made is I think the armies. The army should have been deployed like within 18 inches of each other.
Was it just a choice that the deployers made?
It was just a choice,
Oh, okay. So
it's like in Heroes of Might and Magic. Remember Heroes of Might and Magic? There was a whole like underground thing that you can like pop up and get to other castles and stuff. So it's a great idea.
Like It was a choice in where the deployment zones were placed.
Yeah.
The deployment zones were more than 24 inches away
apart,
and that was not a wise choice.
No, bad choice.
But I mean,
because
don't do this very often for a while.
That's the whole thing. It's like there's no way, but like when we had it set up, it's like, oh yeah, this would be great. But what you don't think about is movement in that dense. You don't get to move as far as you normally would.
No, you play Zone Mortalis
through all these curves and stuff.
I think even in Zone Mortalis, your movement's not much better in Zone Mortalis.
Yeah, but there's way less models.
Yeah, but okay. You're not understanding, Blake.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, this is a 30,000 point game.
Yeah.
Not 30,000.
So you got to make those Zone Mortalises wider.
You can't. They're they're
what?
They're 1 foot sections that are printed.
Oh God.
Yeah, so the original Zone Mortalis is
You're thinking of Blake, you're thinking of boarding actions.
Yeah.
Zone Mortalis, there was no adjusting the walls.
Listen, Blake.
These are Forge World.
Yeah, Forge World, dude. And listen, they had the walls already, and you just rotate them, and they'll all match it.
Just rotate them.
So they're all tight.
It's an excellent set. It's an excellent set. It looks so cool on the table.
Okay, so what did you call Travis's area? The
cuck corner.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't.
Yeah, I wish you didn't bring that back up. I didn't
understand. I thought he said the cut corner, so I thought maybe there was an angle to it or something. Okay, Blake's just being ridiculous.
Well, okay. So other people were having that experience too, right? Like he was but what about on the other side of the corner?
I don't understand what experience you're talking about. There was just a lot of downtime. Is that what
he said that he wasn't able, and then the other two guys were learning their chaos. But there's a whole nother corner.
Well, here, let me explain it better. What happened is my section, what I had line of sight to was all in hand-to-hand combat by turn 1. And so all of my shooting elements had no line of sight to shoot at anything for the rest of the game. And I wouldn't have enough movement. There was imagine a 40-foot mountain was in between me and the rest of the board.
So the people who were playing on the opposite end of, not the opposite, but the Necron player who was at the other end of the table to the right all the way over, they were able to play a little. They had better. I don't know. There was better stuff going on that they didn't. They weren't.
And the reason
they weren't in the same situation.
The reason
because of where they were, it was more because of the way what was happening in the board.
Yes.
Perfect.
So you said differently. Why, Travis?
There was no space to set up anywhere else.
So was it the amount of models that you had because you didn't
so all of our models, so everything in our deployment zone, every base was touching another base.
Wow.
We were set, it was so densely set up. It was base to base contact across the whole board.
So do you think having 2 extra tables or 1 extra table would have been helpful?
An extra table, I think. Listen, it wouldn't have looked as dense and cool, but it would have been more playable. I think Carl agreed with that. At the end of the day, we needed an extra table.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, Carl.
What if the middle table wasn't a Zone Mortalis table? Would that have been helpful?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because that would have been a lot more space that spread out. But I think if you are going to participate in this kind of game, and if there aren't 2 or 3, what are they called now? Titanic models in your list. I mean, why are you going? Because Apocalypse is for Titanic models, and if you don't have Titanic models, I don't think you should be playing Apocalypse, man.
So
don't let him.
I disagree with Travis. 1,000,000%. because Apocalypse can be for Titanic models, but it doesn't have to be. Apocalypse is a way to play with every model that you have currently. And if your opponent doesn't have
faster.
Titanics, if your opponent doesn't have Titanics and I don't have Titanics, then we're just playing the biggest game that we could possibly play with the models that we have. But I think those types of models were made for that type of game because you can eliminate a bunch of models quickly with those Titanic models.
So were you there used to be, I don't know if there is, but there was a legitimate rule set called Apocalypse.
There isn't, but like the day after we played this game, GW announced that they will be releasing new Apocalypse rules with 11th edition.
Carl made a phone call after the game. I was like,
so
hey guys,
angry.
This did not work. You made me look bad in front of my friends. Travis was just sitting in the corner texting his friends about how much fun he wasn't having. No, I'm just kidding. He's crying. Steve's crying.
Steve's crying.
Steve's crying. Lawrence is drinking. We don't know where he is. He's lost again.
So was there any other house rules that were made other than this?
Yeah.
Taskmaster and letting the first round people keep going?
Yes. They made a rules modification in case Travis forgot. They made a rules modification. They were going to do deep striking how they used to with the scatter die, right? Was it a scatter die?
If you deep struck into the Zone Mortalis area, you had to deep strike with a D6 scatter. And if you couldn't set up all your models, then the whole unit died.
Classic. But then the thing that I thought was kind of funny.
It's just punitive.
Was that in the podcast that I listened to, you didn't listen to it, Blake. Carl said that he went to deep strike and he couldn't place all his models. And so he was like, I'm just going to place them anyways. And then he placed them and continued to play.
Well,
so you make a house rule.
He couldn't place them outside of engagement range from enemy models.
Yeah.
And so Carl said, it's fine.
I'm Carl Tello. What are they going to do to me?
Yeah.
This is my house.
Yeah, this is my house. This is my headquarters. Yeah. This is all me. This is my Zone Mortalis boards. This is my time.
I'm going to pick up my toys.
Yeah. Well,
I heard that one, and I thought they had some other ones, but maybe I forgot by now.
Which was interesting. Like, so the giant Chaos Space Marine flyer, Thunderhawk.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how, because it starts off the board and then you're supposed to deploy it within 6 inches, but the base is 18 inches wide. So I don't see how you could even deploy that.
Yeah, you can't.
It got deployed and it got shot off like immediately, I think, by Overwatch.
Good.
They wrecked it.
Good.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds like
that new rule set. Do round 2 with a new rule set.
Ultimately, but at the end of the day, I think it went too big. I think if it would have scaled back just a little bit more, it would have been a little more engaging. But I mean, I think I was the only one who didn't like love every minute of it. I don't know. There was the guy who had his full army was in the Underhive and he just sat there and did nothing the whole time. Maybe he didn't have a good time, but I don't know. I didn't know him. I didn't recognize him.
The thing about Warhammer in general is that because of the way that this game has been it's always been this way.
Yeah.
Is that the play can tend to lead to a what am I thinking of? There's not interactions.
There's not a balance. Yeah, there's not a balance of interactivity. It is you go and then I go. You play your game, then I play my game.
Yeah, you're playing 2 separate games almost.
Yeah.
In some ways. until you're like swinging back and forth in combat, and then at some point there is a you're swinging on me, then I swing, then you swing, then I swing. When they're locked in combat, then you get the alternating, which is then you're getting more engagement normally.
But let's go into, so I that's all I have to say, but let's bleed into, we just finished at the end of this year plus crusade that Ed and I have experienced with some people I knew from Orange County. We did a final battle, where there was custom terrain printed. We showed up at one of the players' house. The table looked great.
It's a big room too.
Yeah, it was a big space. It was good. It was a good venue for that experience of playing the game. We were essentially, oh yeah, there you go. There was the good guys, I'm going to call them. The Imperium was set up behind this fortress, and then the Xenos was out here, and the Xenos won our last big battle, so they had control of this massive Titan. Like, this is a real Titan. It was 3 feet tall.
That's a Warlord, I think.
Yeah, it's like a Warlord Titan.
Oh, dude, that thing. So, I'd be afraid it'd fall over.
Well, so the guy resin printed it. I think it looked phenomenal.
Yeah, it looked great.
And then they also had, because so the way that he explained it, first they went into the deployments, and they're saying the Imperial side has all these guns and void shields, and so every unit's going to have shields that you'll have to get through before you can hit them, right? Even the vehicles inside the walls. So like Travis's units would have those shields that we have to go through in order to kill them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you came out and attacked, and I think everybody mostly did.
Yeah,
but so everybody had, if you're on this side, you'd have the shields from this one. If you're on this side, you'd have the shields from this one, because there's a shield on each, I guess, quarter of the board. Yeah. So and then they had all these massive guns, and I'm thinking to myself, well, they're going to have these guns plus their 3,000 points on that side. Or no, I'm sorry. Was it 9,000 points?
It was yeah. It was no. It was 2. It was 6,000 points.
Yes, plus all these
3 2,000-point armies.
Yeah, and I was like, this is going to be tough, because me and my guy, because the third guy left, he stopped playing with us. The Necron player, for his name. What's his name?
Brian.
Now he was newer, right?
Newer player, yeah, but he was probably the oldest of us, age wise. So I don't know which way you meant that. Yeah,
newer to 40K.
Newer.
Okay, yeah.
Newer 40K, like barely can walk. That's how old he is.
Yeah,
decrepit, the crypt keeper. So I was like, okay, this doesn't bode well for us. It seems like we have our 6,000 points between the two of us, orcs and doors. What are they called?
Squats.
Voltan. Yeah. Iron. Yeah. The Voltan.
League of Votan.
The League of Votan. Yeah. So then he's like, oh, well, you guys have this. And first, I think he brought out the Warlord, which we won.
Oh, yeah. It was just a Warhound Titan.
Warhound.
Cool. Big Titan.
Yeah. And then he's like, and not only, and then he asked me, how do you feel? And I'm like, okay, this is a little bit better. And then he's like, well, and then he showed us the other Titan. So.
You got them both.
Yeah, we had them both. Plus my stomp. So I feel like I had a good time with this game overall. But I think the way that they had it was the Imperium went first, right? Just the guys, just the 3 players played their models. Then we did our movement, correct, Travis? Then the guns on the wall side fired. Then our Warlord fired. Yeah. So that was the turn order. So there's kind of 4 turns. So it would be everybody went, or the Imperials, all three of the Imperials went, then the two Xenos went, and then the guy's house who it was at did 2 turns by himself, and we kind of just sat there.
Yeah, well, what I would say is he did a lot of work and made these, like, you know, priority charts, and he was rolling dice to try to make it fair. And ultimately I think he did make it fair, but what it lacked though was interactivity from the players. It was like it was and it didn't work in the fact that, like, I took my turn, the enemy took their turn, and then there was another game of 40K that we would sit around and wait to happen before our next turn.
So unfortunately, it was like your turn, the space was even longer because you guys went first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you think... Sorry, Travis. Go ahead.
But that being said, I still played way more 40K at this 6,000 point versus 6,000 point, which with the Warlords and the Titans, it was probably more like a 10,000 point versus 10,000 point game, to tell you the truth. But I played more game than I did at that 30,000 point game.
How many points did you take to the 30,000 points?
3,000.
Okay. All right. So I liked his priority because it was prioritized and then randomized. So if the Warhound or the Warlord didn't stay on target, there was a chance that he would shoot at something else. His main goal was to try to kill the gun, the big gun in the middle and the back. That was the main goal. But if he fell off target, then he would target enemies that could deal damage to it, and then it would be randomized to players. Okay,
do you know
there
what?
was a whole procedure. Yeah.
Do you know what that made of? Because, like, yeah, overall, a lot of this worked really well. But what would have maybe helped, and there wouldn't have been the exciting reveal, but if he would have released those rules he created to each sides beforehand, and if we could have just controlled what was happening, that way we would have been rolling dice. It just felt bad to sit around and just watch the NPCs like
fighting
dice,
for a while.
fighting each other. Yeah.
So what I was going to say is, he could still be like, this is their target.
Yeah.
Travis, you fire this gun at this, and then me and Travis can roll and see what the defenses are, how that happens, and then he'll work on the next gun and have your other friend shoot at the dwarf guy. You know what I mean? It would have sped it up. We both would have had engagements while he's running the game, or like Travis mentioned while we're playing, just have somebody run that. Just a player be that. Then we're all fighting, and then that thing's shooting too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but there was times when I thought, oh, this Warlord is just going to wreck things, and I don't know if the wall's going to hold up. And then there was times where I'm like, oh, the Warlord's not going to make it, and we're not going to, so there was a lot of back and forth because of the shield mechanic.
Yeah, the void shields are crazy. Essentially, a void shield, how it works, and is that it doesn't matter what damage, but like if you wound it and they don't save, you drop one of the void shields. Like you could hit it with a, and you could only hit them with strength 9 or higher weapons too. They were completely immune with strength 8 or below. But yeah,
is that a regular rule for the void shield, or was this something that was fabricated?
Yes, yeah. So void shield generators is something that exists in current 40K.
The rules, yeah, okay.
And every round they'll gain some of their shields.
They regenerate,
back. Yeah. So if you were able to do if you got 10 attacks and 10 attacks went through, then he would lose 10 points of shield. So
yeah. So you have to break the shields and then do damage on top of it, which eventually we were able to do. So, so overall, I'm very impressed. the terrain looked fantastic, as you could
Yeah.
see, that the patrons could see in the picture here. Like, it's just a massive like wall with generators and huge guns, and overall, very very fun game. I think
Yeah.
so. It
Hey,
looks,
there's that one guy.
Yeah. That one guy, those two guys are there.
Hey, I know those guys.
yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
Anybody ask about me? They say, "How's
They
Blake
stopped.
doing?"
They stopped like a while ago because you just stopped showing up.
Yeah.
So
I stopped getting invited.
well, dude, you had an open invitation.
I don't
And you
know.
know
I didn't
that.
even know this was happening.
And you knew that. for a
All
fact.
you know what the crazy thing was, you guys. I got those we got those chats, and the stuff was going on. I don't know where I was, but I was like, I don't know where they are, and I don't know what they're doing.
They're at Travis's house.
No, I had no idea what was going on.
You looked at the picture and you're like, that's Travis's house. So the thing is, I stopped inviting Blake. You're right. I did stop inviting you.
Yeah.
But I also, what I had started to do, and this is probably
Bring your wife.
is yes, we would get a hotel, we'd stay down there, and then she'd go visit her brother.
Yeah.
Well, I made it a trip so she could go spend time with her brother. And, you don't need to share a room with Blake.
No.
No.
I know. I understand.
The dynamic changed, Blake.
But
yes.
here's something. But and then I mean, like, we could say this game was fun, and I would love to do a narrative game again with this group of people and invite Blake. But Blake, seeing this game, I don't know if he'd be into playing in that narrative game.
I'll tell you what I'm seeing here sounds a lot more enjoyable than what was happening up north.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in the end, it's a dice game because Travis wrapped around a battle wagon with what we assume are what were they, power fists, which for the history of Warhammer 40K, a power fist, not to mention a 10 power fist, could take out a vehicle, right?
Almost any vehicle.
Yeah, Land Raiders. But in this edition, they're not as good. They don't.
It did 1 damage.
I think it actually did multiple damage, but I think one went through because it doesn't negate as much as they used to, and they don't hit as well as they used to because they have a negative to hit, and then the damage armor penetration isn't as high. So he wasn't able to kill it, and then he got charged by 2 different armies at that point because most of my army was on that side, and it was Gazskull Thrakus.
Gazskull walks out of the truck and just like mows through,
and then the dwarfs came out and were shooting at him before they charged on the other side. So it was bad. I felt bad for Travis when that
dwarves and orcs working together.
But I learned that when I see an orc battle wagon, I need to just think, oh, that's a Land Raider. Because if that was a Land Raider, I wouldn't have done that. Like if I saw a Land Raider there, I'd be all like, "Oh yeah, my power fists aren't going to be able to take out a Land Raider." But like an orc battle wagon looks like such a piece of crap that you're like, "Oh, of course I'm going to be able to break that out." But it's held together with orc magic, dude.
Well, I know the original battle wagon used to have like a 10 or 11 rear.
Yeah.
So it was like
but
what made them. Yeah. It was really good. It was hard to shoot at, but once you were in close combat, you were always hitting the rear.
Yeah.
So that's you probably have that like residual psychological.
Oh yeah, but because I think the last time I actually like encountered battle wagons regularly was back when I was playing 5th edition, which you just charge them and crack them open.
And the thing is, in 5th edition, you just had your sergeant with a fist.
Yep.
And that was enough to take out a vehicle to pop it. And now you have a squad of fists. And I understand the pain that Travis feels because the Power Claw, which used to be the awesome weapon that orcs have, is you might as well just have a big chopper because you're getting more swings and it's doing almost as much damage.
And that's just a problem of me having too many editions in my head and like having wrong preconceived notions of what, like, you know, things do. Yeah, but
Travis,
I still think. Go ahead.
it has nothing. It's not your fault, Travis.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. Don't blame yourself. It's the game.
Yeah, it's the company that you love.
It's the company's fault, not your. Don't let them gaslight you all of a sudden like it's my fault.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing wrong. You did everything right.
Yeah,
you did everything right.
It's
I charge it with Power Fist, dude.
I still am have in my mind that orcs are good in close combat and bad at shooting, but it's quite the opposite. The one thing, they ended up killing the warlord. It blew up.
Yeah.
And then we made a house rule on the fly just to let it explode. And it took a lot of things with it. And it was at that point that I knew that my most powerful weapon in the orc army is called the jump. And that's the only thing that's honestly in this campaign, any game that I've won, is because I was able to teleport a unit of boys with the weird boy onto an objective to keep from losing an objective because it was sticky. I used the jump to get onto the gun, and we killed it.
Yeah.
But that was almost to the very end where all the Imperial forces have pushed out of the gate. And my teammate John, is John?
John
Hayden.
Yeah,
John Hayden Church.
Chris.
It's John Hayden. Church.
Alan.
No, it wasn't Alan. So Hayden, he had sent guys over there too, and he would wreck a few things, but then he'd get killed. Like your Blackmane, he'd send a unit back there. They wrecked some stuff back there, and then Blackmane went and killed him. And then Blackmane pushed out towards the front, and then that's when I teleported when I knew it was safe.
Yeah.
Because if I just teleported out there, I knew I would have died. But towards the end of the game, I knew it was safer to do it.
Yeah, we had it better protected at the beginning of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So it went back and forth. It went down. Travis left because we thought both of us thought it wasn't going to be as long as it was. But at the very end, we called it. But it was close. It was back and forth. We weren't sure if we were. At some points, I felt confident, and then at other points, I was like, I don't think we can do this. I don't think we're going to.
What these two large scale games did is made me, when GW does release official Apocalypse rules. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, jeez. Whoa, I thought he was having a problem.
I thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah, no, that's allergies. When they do release the Apocalypse rules, I'm going to be very interested to take a good look at those and to try this again, because I think with some like more specific, like how to deal with the weirdness when you get such a large scale forces on the table could be really fun, because the games definitely both games looked really cool.
Yeah. And the thing is, here's the thing.
Here was the thing.
They were playing with their Crusade armies that they've been playing with this whole time, where they're buffed, the character. One of the tanks had extra attacks. I was just playing with Codex Orc army. I didn't use any of my abilities.
Me too, baby.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm just going to play with the Orcs as they are in the Codex. It was still fine, but some of those guys who have been upgraded, they're monsters.
Yeah.
They could do more damage. That's another thing. So when you go to fight something like Hayden's dwarves, and you think, okay, it's just unit dwarves. Oh, I didn't know they got an extra attack. Oh, I didn't know their toughness went up. So you're fighting something that's you probably could have killed in a normal game, but you can't now because you're playing your regular stuff.
They're basically gods now.
Yeah. Well, yes, they're definitely tougher and harder to kill. So it's not what you expect. So I enjoyed it. I play again. I like playing. I don't like playing them with those guys one-on-one. It's less fun. But when we get together in a group, I think everybody seems to be having more fun. Yes. I've said this plenty of times. The pressure to win is far less because you're not doing it on your own. And
the only way I'm going to play Old World again is in a big
Yeah.
A big group, or at least a team game. At least a team game.
MCP in the desert, dude. All right, I'm going to stop sharing because I know Travis is going to start talking about his terrain. And then maybe you could talk about something that happened at the house for Life After the cover save. Because I don't want to share it with the regular people.
Yeah, that's true. But the in crowds could hear a little bit about it. All right, let's get into it. Let's do my little presentation.
The show has ended. Our time here is done. But the show can continue if you join us at Patreon. More